We've been talking about this all morning, and you've likely noticed, unless you're watching us half asleep, that we are, in fact, in a new studio this morning here in Agincourt at 9 Channel 9 Drive. So we thought, you know what, let's give Jee Yun Lee a different assignment this morning and take you behind the scenes at our new studio, our new digs here in Agincourt. Jee is in the lobby this morning. That's the first place we walk into. So, Jee, tell us more.
Good morning. We are here in the front lobby of the Bell Media Studios at Agincourt, and take a look at this. This is so cool. This was a studio camera back in the day, just before my time, but how cool is that? And fun fact here, 30 years ago, I walked through those front doors and I began a 6-month internship on the Deanie Petty Show and YTV. So it's so nice to be back here at Agincourt. We're going to give you a little tour of the building all morning. Joining me now is executive producer of CTV Toronto and CP24, James Lewis. Hi, James.
Welcome home, Jee.
I know. I do feel like I'm coming home. It's hard to believe. I was trying to calculate everything. 30 years ago, I walked through the door and I worked on these 2 shows.
And you found the place all right this morning.
I did, and it feels nice to be back. I hung out here on a regular basis. So we are here, obviously, in the front lobby here. You can see all the different Bell Media properties here. This is exciting.
It's an incredible place to work. A lot of history, and you kind of referred to it there, but there's also a lot of future forward thinking here as well. And I'm so excited to show you around. And so excited to have CP24 and CTV News Toronto in the same space. It's really going to be exciting.
It's so fun. Thank you for putting up the holiday tree and the Christmas lights. You had to do something. What's this for me, James?
Absolutely.
You're so sweet. You're too young to remember this, but take a look at this. I love seeing old studio cameras like that.
You know, I just have moved into a new condo, and I was thinking about this as like a decoration maybe for the living room. I'm so into this sort of thing.
I am too. You know, whenever I go to museums where we look at old TV equipment and stuff, I love stuff like that.
Absolutely.
That is super cool. But you know, back in the day, a lot of people don't know that it was Channel 9. And you're right, there was a lot of history in this building.
CFTO launched back in the early 1960s, and that's when this building was constructed. And we joke all the time here, and you probably have some friends like this, where their house is always under renovation.
Yes.
It's kind of like that, right? So there are some parts of the building where you're stepping back into time, like you see this cool design here on the wall.
That is cool.
And then you'll see spaces like we're going to see this morning at CP24 that are brand new. The paint is still fresh. The equipment is, cutting edge, industry leading. So it's a really cool, really special place to be. And if you're into broadcasting and Canadian media, there's no place like this.
No, there isn't. You know, as a news junkie for myself, this was a dream come true to come to this building, because this is the #1 network, #1 channel, and you want to be a part of this.
Let's take a look.
Okay, so where are we right now?
So this is the main newsroom for CTV Toronto and CP24.
Hey.
This is going to be a local news powerhouse. It really is.
Is there art to come in?
A room full of broadcast professionals and journalists spanning the spectrum, multi-platform, television, online. We have colleagues from radio here as well. So if it's a story that matters, that is GTHA, it's probably coming from this very room.
Wow, this is expansive, and it's pretty busy.
It is busy, and it's going to get even more busy over the course of the day.
Right.
I've sort of set this challenge to the team where I want this newsroom to be so boisterous and making so much noise that we're getting complaint calls from other parts of the building. Like, what's going on up there? That's the sort of energy we want to bring to this space.
I love it. I am seeing some familiar faces, so I'm going to go say hi during the commercial break, but this is super cool. I'm so excited to be back, and you're right, James. I feel like I've come back home. It's nice.
Yeah, and again, we can't wait to show you around. There's a lot to see, a lot that's brand spanking new, and I think you're going to be really impressed. So yeah, welcome to the new home of CP24.
Okay, so stay tuned, because in the next segment, I'm going to chat with my girlfriend Lisa. James is going to continue our tour with us, and of course, we will show you the brand new studio space for CP24.
We are here in front of our traffic center, and guess who's behind me? Lisa, and guess what? It's her birthday today.
Sorry, guys, I just bumped my chair.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lisa. Happy birthday to you. Are you one or no? This is fabulous.
What a great birthday birthday present, huh? I am lucky. Look at it. Thank you, everyone, fam. Appreciate you all. Here's some cake. I hope you guys eat all of it because I don't need it. Okay, I'm busy. I got stuff to do here.
How cool is this?
Isn't it so cool? A little bit of a different setup than before. We have kind of the same equipment, obviously, but a little bit more spaced out. I have Stuart in the background, who, if you listen to radio, does news on News Talk 1010 as well. And so, yeah, it's definitely a lot of getting used to, but it's fresh, it's exciting. I think there's a vibe in the air, and what a way to celebrate my birthday today.
I love it, and I love that we have the whole family here.
We didn't even wait till milestones, you guys. Come on.
Wait till you see what we got for milestones.
Oh boy, oh boy.
So nice seeing you, Lisa.
Thank you.
I'm going to bring in James now, who's going to continue our tour of this incredible space. He's the executive producer for CTV Toronto and CP24. Hi, James.
Hello. So how many newsrooms have you been in that have a balcony?
None, I don't think any.
And a balcony that overlooks another newsroom.
This is so cool.
So when we talk about being a news hub and being connected, this is CTV National News, CTV News Channel down here. And a familiar face and a familiar name to many CP24 viewers sitting right down there. Andrea Hartling, our fearless assignment editor.
She's right
Wave,
there.
Andrea.
With our producer, Richard Perry, and Carly there
Carly
as well.
Conway,
our news
Richard
director.
Perry. So yeah, this is really exciting to all be in the same space now.
Right.
You know, that's the desk where Omar, Sandy, and Heather sit, right? It's all here.
I know.
Yeah, and you know, actually what's cool about this space, it's called Studio 35 officially. Back in the day, 60s, 70s, and 80s, this was used for game shows, variety shows, real TV productions before it was converted into a newsroom. But that again kind of speaks to the legacy and the heritage of this building, but then also how it's been adapted and reused for new things over the years. It's really, really cool.
And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize. There's a lot of history in this building. I mean, I'm a news junkie. I've watched this since I was a little kid, and it's so cool to be back in this space.
Absolutely, a lot of history, but then also always thinking about the future, right? And some of the productions that come here now, right? And you're going to see a little bit of that later on. TSN, so like if you're watching the Leafs game on TSN and you see the panel, that's just downstairs, right? If you listen to Overdrive or subscribe to that podcast, that also comes out of this building. CTV News Toronto, obviously. I should introduce you to Joe Olafson, our 6 o'clock producer for CTV Toronto, already hard at work. Yeah, we're thrilled to meet so many new friends and familiar faces joining us here.
And I love that you have food for us this morning, and now we're approaching the CP24 area. These are my peeps.
Take a look at this team.
Hey, the #1 news channel right here in the city of Toronto. But what I also love is that now we're together, all in this incredible hub. And you were saying that we essentially moved an entire TV station, and we did it seamlessly because of the hard work of everybody here.
Yeah, we moved an entire TV station here while keeping it on the air somewhere else, right? Simultaneously. It's an incredible feat, right?
I know.
And we couldn't have done it without, you know, our incredible partners and teams from across Bell Media, on the editorial side, on the engineering side. So just a sincere thank you if you're watching. I know we're all really proud of what we accomplished here and are really looking forward to the future.
Okay, I'm still going to see which one is my desk, but in the meantime, guess what? We have a real treat.
Yeah.
We're going into a very special space here.
Yeah, so this is very, very exciting. And again, I was talking a little bit earlier about the new paint smell, you know, the fresh wiring. This is a brand new space built especially for CP24 that we're very excited about. I mean, I couldn't tell you what all of these do, but I know they're important. And I know that we had the very best in the business getting this all cabled up and wired for us. They were here overnight making sure the final touches were complete. And yes, let me introduce you to the home of CP24 in here.
Oh my gosh.
Talk about worlds colliding here, right?
Okay, so what do we have right here, James?
So over here to the left is our control room, and you can see the crew very hard at work. So the fellows in the front row, those are the people calling the shots, calling cameras, getting everything on the air. In the back row here are producing an editorial team. So Dave Roberts, the senior producer of CP24 Breakfast. Wave, Dave, hello. We have Shirley and Lewis in the back row, so they're coordinating everything that you're seeing and hearing out in the field. So our camera operators, our reporters, making sure that all the technical checks are done. And it's the nerve center, right? Like, look at all the screens, look at all the remote sources that we have access to. It's all being done from right next to the set. which is unique.
Yeah.
But it's actually kind of a throwback, if you remember, to the very early days of CP24 when the set was right next to the control room, just like it is now. So a little bit of a throwback, but very, very, very cool.
Thank you so much for that tour. And thank you for explaining it, because I would just look at this control room and go, wow, there's a lot of buttons there.
And this studio space is so adaptable. So, I mean, this can change the lights,
Right.
the images can change by the minute, by the hour, depending on what story we're covering.
Yeah.
Special broadcasts, we're really excited to use this to its full potential.
Okay, thank you so much, James. And I'm going to join my family here. Guess what?
Thank goodness, I thought the popcorn would never come.
I know. Hey, how great is this area?
It's beautiful. The colors, you know, when you work early in the morning and you struggle to wake up with a coffee, having this kind of bright color and feel has really energized me this morning. Plus, it's day one, right?
I know,
And we all get to hang out.
And Nick, I know you've been in this building, in the studios here. How does it feel to be back? I know for me, it feels like coming back home.
It's an interesting return to back to Agent Court, and as James has been talking about, just all the resources being under one roof. I think that creates some interesting opportunities here for sure. So yeah, it's good. I wish I hadn't eaten this popcorn though. It's kind of stuck in my throat. Give me a sec here. Yeah.
I guess you'll have to interview me, Jee. The funny thing is, back in 2004, I came through this building, and I was actually offered to do some freelance work on the Toronto International Film Festival, but I'd committed something else, so I couldn't do it. But I was very grateful, and it's weird stepping in after 24 years to be back, or 21 years rather, to be back in the building.
It's been 30 years since I watched. So I interned on the Deanie Petty Show and YTV.
I heard you say that earlier.
So basically, I was opening fan mail, like real letters that were mailed in
Deanie Petty.
to Deanie Petty and YTV. So a lot of paper cuts back in the day.
I also just wanted to pick up, James said we can change a lot of things in here. Let's not change the people, though. No. Let's keep the people the same, and everything else can change, right? Yeah.
Group hug in the
Yeah,
making.
exactly. All right. Yeah.
This is my first time being here. It's fantastic. So stay tuned. We're going to continue our tour of our brand new studio right here in Agent Court.